All right, hello, welcome, and my condolences for whatever decisions brought you to this point. I am going over golf rounds, and right now it is Cypress Point, the one place I would love to play, and probably will never get a chance to. It is obviously an Alistair McKenzie course, like all great golf courses, and is in one of the most beautiful and expensive parts of the fucking country. It's in 17-mile drive out the middle of California. And this is, let's see here, what do we have? 6,400 yards, set up normal, 8. I gotta change, I bet I changed that to 10. No, I don't. Yeah, there we go. Thought so. I normally don't leave them below 10, even if it's the course recommended settings, which is what I normally use.
And you're going to like it.
Sorry, Judge. I used to put them at 12, but then I'd go play regular golf, and I would leave my putts halfway to the hole all the damn time. So I started
Cypress Point
lowering it
on
down to 10.
California's Monterey Peninsula is viewed by many as the most beautiful golf course in the world.
Thank you, Jim Nance. Well said, sir. I forgot I put that in there. That's a sound clip from Golf Digest's hole by hole series. Pretty good straight up driver. Oh no, 194 carry. I started off with an embarrassing drive down the hill. 234 total. I guess that's not too terrible. 193 that's for me a freaking 3-iron. Or in this case, it looks like I pulled out a 3-wood. It could be a hybrid, but I doubt it. I hardly ever use my hybrid. I used to love that club, but my swing has changed, and now I don't hit it very well anymore. That's a 3-wood, though. At least I think it is. Let's see. 193 uphill. Not very good. Jesus, Adam, what were you doing? Went 100 yards with whatever that was. So 89 to the hole. Uphill. 8 yards, it looks like. For me, that's going to be a 52. My 58 would be slightly short on that shot, probably. Depending on how angled it. I can get it there, but I got to press my hands forward, and it's weird. 92. All right. Up and down par from 89 yards. That's how we do it here. Not very well indeed. Let's see what we got. Hole 2. Par 5, it looks like. 550. That's a 3-shot hole for me. I don't have the distance to get there anymore. 215 carry. All right. Loosening up now. It's just so sad. I used to be able to hit it far. Can't do it anymore. Let's see, 326, yeah, 3-wood. Or an iron. Probably looks like I pulled out an iron there. I would, yeah. There's no reason not to hit a 3-wood here. An iron would just put me in play of those bunkers, and that's just a stupid idea, so we don't do that. 3-wood it is. Hopefully we don't shank it. Get over the bunker. Go. Go. Just barely. Look at that. 202 carry raw for a 3-wood. That used to be my 6-iron. I don't know what happened. Fuck. 115. That's going to be a pitching wedge. On a slightly left-leaning lie. So I probably hook this to the left. How much you want to bet? No. A nice little baby draw. That's rare. Usually I overcook those. I used to hit nothing but fades, but that's because I had a crap swing. And now that my swing has gotten better, I hit more and more draws. But I still don't trust it, so I have a tendency to overcook them. I don't aim out to the right enough. I'm like, no, I can't draw it that much, and I overdo it every fucking time. But here's the bane of my existence, putting. And no, of course not. It's a 4-foot gimme circle. They don't have a 3-foot gimme circle for obvious reasons. I think there's a stigma against the 3-foot putt. But the launch monitor that I have, and probably all of them, they don't really do well with this really, really short putts. And like mine, on like a 2-foot putt, is impossible. It doesn't read most of them, and then you hit it harder, and it goes 5 feet past. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. What we got here? Par 3, 164. For me, at sea level, that is going to be a 5-iron. Or I could get a 6 there, but it would probably be a 5 because I wouldn't have to do anything stupid. And let's see, chipping. You never really know chipping on these things. Sounded okay. And a putt for par. Breaking to the right. 6-9, under 7 feet. Yeah, you don't want to hang these out too far. I suck at these so bad. That's where I just cross my fingers and pray. Hey, I got one. Finally. Alright. Short par 4. I like these with, hazards in the way. One of the good things, I guess the only good thing about not hitting it very far is the hazards are harder to reach as well as everything else. So I don't really reach them very often. Most of the hazards for most people that are in play, they're just not for me. They're 20 yards in front of where my ball's going to be. Yeah. So right there, I could free swing driver, and I've got 70 yards of freaking green grass to work with without having to worry about them bunkers. Leaving 150 in, that's going to be out of the rough, 5-iron probably, because they penalize you about a club in the rough. 5-iron, 6-iron. Looks like it's uphill, so it's probably 5-iron for me. And I didn't change the aim at all, so I like the lie and everything. That's pretty straight. Boo. I bet in real life the greens are firmer than what they are on this. I think they have them on normal, and I bet they're firm. Like I said, I've never played here. If for some reason some member in the future is watching this video and would like to invite me down to play Cypress Point, I would love to come. Let's see here. 22 feet. I'd almost rather have a 22-foot putt than a fucking 6-foot putt. Because in the general sense, you don't have to be as specific or as exact with a 22-foot putt as you do with a 6-foot putt. Or maybe it's just nobody expects it to go in, so it doesn't seem as bad. I don't know. What do we got here? Short par 5. Awesome. 479. With 2 perfect shots for me, I could get there in 2. But it would be a rare day. Let's get over that. Ooh, the members bounce. I'm not going to get there out of the rough for sure. I'd probably pull out the 3-wood anyway because, that's what you do. You make bad decisions. Nope, that's an iron. I made a good decision. Surprising to me. Golf is a game of bad decisions. We made a bad decision becoming golfers, so why not freaking continue the trend? I pulled that one. Yeah, see, there's the overcooked draw. Should have known. I was on a 5-degree left slope, which does affect the ball flight quite a bit in this game. It's basically like starting your ball 5 degrees to the left. 90 degrees up the hill. This is going to be a 52. Ooh, stop. Sweet. I don't normally get a lot of backspin, so that's good for me. You gotta love birdies. 1 under. Through 5. That's not normal for me. Normally, I'm 1 or 2 over at this point, and I gotta claw it back. Trying to get loose and warmed up after, being middle-aged. It takes a minute. It doesn't happen right away like it used to. There's my typical leaked it to the right. But at least this one I didn't start it to the left. So I did have an inside-out swing there. I just left the face open a bit, instead of pulling it across and leaving the face open, which is what I normally do. Unless I try and draw it, in which case then I will. Usually, sometimes I hit a nice little baby draw, but most of the time I overcook it and hit a hook. I wouldn't call it a duck hook. It's not quite that bad, but it's definitely a hook. 287, definitely can't get there. I've got an iron in my hand. Gonna lay up. I go back and forth all the time between laying up to a yardage or just trying to get as close as I possibly can to the hole. And I have no idea which one works better. The stats, as far as I can tell, bear it out to be about the same. But honestly, it's not as much fun to take a fucking 5-iron when I can just bang a 3-wood as hard as I want or as can and still not get there. The only thing that risks sometimes is going into a trap or whatever, but I don't mind bunkers, so. On a par 5 on a greenside bunker, I'll take an up and down for birdie out of that all day long. Let's see what I got here. 70 yards. Yeah, basically inside 80 yards, I have one club that I use for everything, and it's a 58 degree. I don't use a wedge matrix or any of that nonsense. I just kind of, use the wedge to throw it up there. If it's 80 yards, it's a full 58 for me. If it's anything under, it's just, degrees of less. 3/4, 40%, whatever. Sometimes I do like 20 yards to 40 yards is the same swing. It's just a matter of how hard I swing it. It's basically a chip shot swing that I just put more pressure down on the ball with my hands to finish it, to get it to 40 yards instead of 20. Let's see, 169. It's going to be a 5-iron. Maybe a 4-iron because it's up the hill and it's sea level. I'm generally not. I live at 4,000 feet, so sea level's tough for me. Not a very good shot there. Just leaked it. Pushed it and leaked it. Probably trying to hit a little draw and just double-crossed myself. Distance was all right. Carry for raw was 172. I'd take that. This can run away. Oh, it did stop. I don't know if you guys have played this shit on links, but they're impossible. When you put the greens on links, the ball speeds up when you hit them. It literally goes against the laws of physics and just speeds the hell up. You're like, well, that was impossible, but okay. So you got to be very, very gentle when you play on greens with link settings. Look at this. 3-4, another short par 4. Most dudes would be trying to drive this green. Not me, buddy. I'd be lucky to make the fairway down there. It is downhill, so I'm exaggerating. That's not too bad. If it stays in, it's not going to stay in the fairway. I have 72 rounds of golf, full rounds of golf put online so far in like a month and a half. So I've gone overboard, but I think I average like 45% fairways. It might be more than that, but I think it's like 45, 50%, which is not very good. I average more greens than I do fairways, which is weird. That was pretty good. Got away with that, I imagine. Offline, 0.3. Horizontal launch angle, 0.7. So I started it slightly right with 2 degrees of spin. I've found that you kind of want to double your horizontal launch angle with your spin. So if you started at 1.5 degrees to the right, you want to have 3 degrees spin to the left. Did I miss a short putt? Of course I did. Freaking course I did. Let's see, another short par 4. See, I love these courses. They're challenging, but if you can, just keep your ball in play, they're not impossible. Some courses for me, especially now that I don't have a distance anymore, are just fucking pointless. Like the Torrey Pines, I think it's the South course or the North course, the one that's 7,800 yards. You might as well just add freaking 8 shots to my round, no matter what. Because there's half the par 4s I won't get there in 2. There's no chance. I won't reach any of the par 5s in 2. Might not even reach some of them in 3, honestly. Let's see here. What do we got? 91, 4 yards up. Basically a 100-yard shot. Stock 100 yards. The lie, 0.7 left, so negligible. Yeah, what am I doing here? Take you. For me, this would be a hard 52 or an easy pitching wedge. Out of the rough here, I probably take a pitching wedge. And overdid it. Let me just... The slope of these greens, all of his courses are like that, but I know in person they probably just look like impossible freaking mountains to freaking roll your putt down. I gotta get a bigger screen. I'm looking at this through OBS, so it's a laptop but smaller window on the laptop, and there it goes. Anytime you want to stop. Look at that slope. It's just another foot and that would be completely gone. Yeah, 27 feet past. Good one, Adam. Real good. Fucking idiot. That's another reason why I don't mic myself up in those golf rounds. I figured some people would want to watch golf rounds without some idiot talking, but I also curse like a sailor most of the time, so I have to restrict the videos to 18 plus. Because I'm not going through I'm not going to redo this fucking video and edit that shit out or beep it out. I do have somewhere over here, but I'm not going to keep my finger on the thing so I could, it would get really old if I was constantly doing this. And I would miss a bunch of F-bombs throughout the thing, so there's just going to be an 18-plus video. If you made it this far, I imagine you don't care. Hole 10. Where am I? Even par, so I was even on the front 9. At Cypress, I would take that all day long in real life. Oh, there's the hook. Well, I guess that was really more of a pull. A pull draw instead of a hook, which basically means outside in with a shut face. So slightly outside in with a shut face, which is, for me, normal. I grew up playing baseball, so my swing is upright, or it used to be, and way over the top, because if you drop your elbow in baseball, you pop the ball up, and in golf, you freaking raise that elbow, you go to the right. So I spent, I don't know, the first 5 years I played golf just constantly going to the right over and over. 106, 6 yards up. This either pitching wedge or 9-iron. I gotta get a bigger screen. I can't tell which club I took out of my bag. But the bottom left row here is a 9-iron. This video was a while. This was before I started putting background music in the videos. It's gotta gotta be boring as shit without it, but oop, come down that hill. That was all slope. I don't get a lot of backspin, so that was the ball literally just coming back down on its own. Let's see here. 9'5", down 2. I put my chances on making this putt at about 0. Maybe 5%, but more like 0. Oh, Jesus. I even surprise myself sometimes. Let's see here. What did I get? Horizontal launch angle 1.1. That is not terrible for me. They say that the pros are 0.3 and amateurs are 0.8 average for your putting. And I'm definitely on the amateur side of that fucking scale. That wasn't too bad of a drive. There's my normal still fade because, you know, baseball my whole life. Hard to get rid of. I'm working on it. It has a lot to do with my spine and shoulder angle as I come through the ball, which is hard as hell to correct when you go, like, I'm going wrong and you feel like you're going wrong, but trying to correct it at the same time, not that good. What do I have here? This looks like is this a wood in my hand? No, it was an iron. That's my 3-iron. And overdone. Yeah, probably should have hit a 4-iron there. The only way you can tell my 3-iron has a slightly different shaft than the other clubs. It has a newer True Temper shaft on it, which actually says True Temper down the shaft instead of just having a little sticker around. Because I have no distance, I basically reshafted all my clubs. I ordered a 3-iron shaft that was half an inch longer, and then I put my 3-iron shaft in my 4-iron, and my 4-iron shaft in my 5-iron, and on down to all the way into my pitching wedge shaft went into my 52-degree Vokey wedge. So the only really true to size club I have, I guess, is my 58, because it was a lost and found club that I got where I work. Which I do like my Mizuno 58 wedge. It's the only Mizuno club I have. Yeah, see, that's a normal putt for me. 1.5 horizontal launch angle. Yeah, that's absolute shit. And right on freaking brand for my dumbass. 12. This is the hole. I wish I had the soundbite. The Ben Hogan, apparently, this is his favorite golf hole, I think. Or what he claims to be the best par 4 in golf. Or some nonsense. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. Why is that thing? Oh, there, yeah. I guess I could have moved the mouse a long time ago. And that's going to miss the fairway. Yes, again, on brand for my dumbass. 181. That's probably a 4-iron for me. Down 9-2, out of the rough. Yeah. I'm going to guess 4-iron. But, you know, the 4-iron.
These go to 11.
Ooh, that doesn't look too bad. Bit right. There's a pull fade for you, though. See that? Launch angle, 0.8 degrees left, so slightly pulled it with a 5 degrees of right-hand spin, so open face. Always fun. What do we got here? Downhill chip shot, always downhill. This is how you can tell you got away with that one. You can tell you have bad course management. If you're like me, you will always either be short-sighted or have a downhill chip shot. That's never uphill, and you never have lots of green to work with. And that is the number one way you can tell you have shit course management skills like I do. Another short par fours. I love this course. Short par fours. Well, until you get to effing 16. And then it's just the most beautiful hole that's impossible. Yep. See, there was a little bit of a draw. Pole draw. So hook. Slide hook. .110. Let's see here. 110 up 4 freaking feet. Slopes going to the right a bit. Honestly, I wouldn't even touch this one, knowing that I'm probably going to draw it a little bit. Slope's going to kick it a little bit right to start. Should be fine. Which that looks like what I did. And it was a slight pull fade, but you can't really complain when everything's below 1 degree. 0.4 degrees of left, 0.9 degrees of open face. Well, that's not technically true, but 0.9 degrees of spin. .3110. I would much rather have these putts than them little efforts that are. I can't putt straight to save my life, so straight putt's impossible for me. I always have to cheat one side or the other. Oh, see, I finally hit 1-0-0. Fucking, so that was a misread. The speed was good. That putt started off on the line I intended. I just gave it way too much freaking respect. Which, yeah, I'll take that though. Whenever I hit a putt the way I intended, I'm happy because it doesn't happen very often. So if it misses and I hit it the way that I wanted, that's fine. I just misread the putt. Another missed fairway. Still holding it down at even par though, so I'm surprised at that. You know, that's not going to be an easy shot. This is when I pray that whoever designed the course didn't put hitboxes into the trees. They usually do, but you know, cross your fingers. Obviously, I'm going to try and hit something low underneath this. So I got a 3-iron. Nice narrow stance, little punchy chip shotty stance. Ooh, yeah. See, I don't think there was a hitbox in that branch because I totally got away with that. And nuked it over the green. Jesus. This is just my 58. Like I said, inside 80 yards, 58, no matter what. Chip shot, which I guess the kids are calling bump and run these days, but chip shot, pitch shot, doesn't matter. 58 degree. And that's not terrible. Got away with that one for sure. Ooh, the ocean just hit my ear on the one side. I like the seagull noises though. I did find random bird noises for the courses that didn't have them. It took a long time actually to find appropriate bird noises. It sounds stupid, but it took a while. 141. So these are the start of the back-to-back par threes. An oddity in golf. This is one of those rare courses that gets away with it beautifully. There's another one on GSPRO. I think it's Wawashkamo golf course in Mackinac Island, Michigan? Question mark, maybe? It has back-to-back par fives like this and back-to-back par threes, except they're like, both of them are like 220 and 230. Cypress only has the one that's 230. Next one. This one's, you know, a respectable, just regular 141 yards, which for a pro now is just a flip wedge, but for me is fucking 7-iron, depending on sea level. I could maybe get away with drawing an 8 to that distance, but probably not. Probably be a 7. Yeah, here you go. The most ridiculous and beautiful golf hole of all time. 232 yard, par 3. Huge bailout area left, which is obviously where I'm going. Because for me, that's a driver And I'm not going to put a driver on that postage stamp. There's no way. Well, maybe, but my chances are like 1 in 4. And that's being generous. Yeah, so.
And knowing is half the battle.
You don't want to do it. Don't do it, Adam. Don't do it. Yeah, and see. Bet I missed the fairway. Doesn't count. It's par 3. They don't keep that stack. Not a green in regulation, though. I got too many sound bites over here. "58 yards. Big time tree time." So this, I don't know. This is almost 20 years ago now. Me and my buddy were poor. Didn't even have the money to golf. And there was a park across the street from his house that had 2 trees that were set 55 yards apart. So that shot, 55, 60 yards. For me, I've done it thousands of times because we were literally just drinking beer in the park across the street from his house, hitting wedge shots, at the tree. Calling each one a par 2. Seeing who can hit the tree for hours at a time. So now that 55, 60 yard shot, to me, I just in my head, I think big time tree time because that's what we called it. Big time tree time. Let's see, 17 at Cypress. What is this one? Another par 4. I had to have bogeyed that hole. Yeah, I did. I'm barely paying attention to what I'm doing over here. Let's see here. 379, par 4, along the coast. This is perfect setup for me because I could literally just hit that shot and not have to worry about it. And in real life, you'd have wind blowing off the ocean, keeping that in play. So, this shot though, look at this. 140, just hanging it out over the beach, over the cliff there. Be awesome. It's like the 17th at Edgewood. If the wind is up, you got to hang your shot out over the lake and have the wind blow back over to the green. I imagine that's how this is in real life. Because the wind arrow, I know, is pointing that direction, which would be south. And the wind does not blow south on the coast of California. Not often. It's one of those rare. It blows the other way. It comes from the southwest. But they're saying this would be a north wind, and I don't think that happens very much. I could be wrong. Some member of Cypress, like I said, hopefully watches this and invites me to play and shows me how wrong I am. That would be awesome. That was terrible, Adam. What were you doing, you fucking idiot? What is this, for par? Yeah, this is for par. Jesus. That's not going to do it. Yeah. Slam that club, buddy. I get it. That is frustrating. Okay, for bogey. 10 fucking feet, 5 inches for bogey. At least it's uphill. That's the only thing that I can say about this putt that's good. Don't think about it. Just putt it. Oh, snuck that one in. Saving bogey, which is a real thing. A lot of people don't realize that. You can save a bogey. You can save a double bogey. I can't say I've ever saved a triple. I've gotten plenty of them, but I don't think I've ever saved one. I've saved double before. Let's see. Final hole. What do they call this? The worst finishing hole in golf? I don't remember who said it, but they called Cypress the best 17 holes in golf, or the best 17-hole golf course in the world. And 18 is a bit weird. I kind of like it a little. alleyway of cypress trees would probably look really cool. It's just hard. Either that or it's stupid. I don't know. Maybe it isn't hard at all. Blind kind of approach to the green. I don't know. I'm going to try and hit a low hook shot, apparently. Or just a punch shot. Straight through everything into the bunker. 21 yards. I mean, sand, I don't find bunkers hard in real life either, but on this, you just hit it 5 yards harder. Like if you got 21 yards out of the bunker, just play it like it's 26. And it usually comes up, well, that was shit, but usually it comes up okay. Let's see, am I going to sneak this one in for a +3, or am I going to miss this for a +4? Fuck. That's not a great round. I probably should have picked a better one for my first attempted video at commentary. I'm only even doing this because my damn launch monitor decided that it needed to recalibrate its battery, which somehow takes 12 fucking hours to do. Sorry, I shouldn't piss and moan about it too much, but it's been fucking annoying. Started to do this thing earlier, and I can't use it while I can't play golf on it while it's calibrating its battery for some reason. Oh. +4. All on the back 9, too. Look at that shit. Terrible. I have a feeling Judge Smales is going to say something here about ditch diggers. I know I put in a soundbite. I had to have.
Well, the world needs
There it
ditch
is.
diggers too.
Thank you, Judge. All right. Well, fuck. That was the first round. First video with commentary. I know. I mean, nobody watches my videos anyway, so it's not like they're very good. Like, I wonder what that guy sounds like. They don't give a shit. But you never know. All right. So, what the hell? I'll figure out what I'm doing later. We're just going to play the taps and end it right there.